With reports out there that Bradley Beal has been traded to the Phoenix Suns, let's take a look at the things he did well last season with the Washington Wizards and what that could mean for his new team. First, just some 2022-23 season stats. Over 50 games, he averaged 23.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 0.9 steals, and 0.7 blocks, shooting a career best 50.6% from the field and then 36.5% from three-point range. So first and foremost, as far as what he did well, Beal was exceptionally good scoring off handoffs. This is something he's always been good at, but from an efficiency standpoint, the 2022-23 season was the best he's ever been in these situations. Beal took 81 shots off handoffs this past year, according to Synergy, and made 58% of them. Among the 35 players in the league who took at least 70 of them, that was the best percentage. This sometimes sets up his drives, while other times, this enables him to create some separation for jumpers. On the topic of jumpers, something that stood out to me was Beal's step-back jumper. This is a shot type that has improved significantly as his career has evolved. In 2021-22, he shot 48.5% on 130 step-back jumpers, according to Second Spectrum, and in 2022-23, on 168 attempts, he shot 45.8%. Among the 58 players who took at least 100 step-back jumpers this past year, that was the 10th best percentage. An interesting side note, Kevin Durant, his new teammate, took 80 step-back jumpers in the regular season and shot 57.5%. That was the best mark among those who took at least 75 of them. It's also important to mention that the step-back jumper can come in different forms. Sometimes it looks more like a fadeaway, which is the case for KD most of the time. As far as Beal in isolation, this is the area of his game that has blossomed over the years. When he played alongside John Wall, he was predominantly playing off the ball and using off-ball screens to get free, but the last couple years, he was Washington's primary on-ball creator. In 2022-23, he took a career-high 5.87 isolation shots per 100 possessions and made 43.9% of them. A career-high 14.8% of his scoring came out of isolation. Just as a comparison, 8.3% of his scoring came in isolation during the 2016-17 season, and just 6% of his scoring came in isolation the year before, in 2015-16. Adding Beal means Phoenix now has three of the best mid-range scorers in the league. You probably already are aware of how efficient KD and Devin Booker are from the mid-range, but Beal is now quite efficient himself. He shot a career-best 47.2% from 10 to 16 feet out this past season. He was also very efficient on floaters. He made a career-best 52.5% of his driving floaters on 59 attempts, the 15th best percentage among the 88 players who took at least 50 of them, according to Second Spectrum. Now, it's important to mention as well that 59 floaters are not very many, so this is still a shot type that you don't see from Beal often. 59 floaters were the 69th most taken in the league in 2022-23. The thing that has significantly decreased the last few years is Beal shooting on the move in catch-and-shoot situations. When he played alongside John Wall, it was customary for him to fly around off-ball screens and shoot off the catch. In 2016-17, for example, he took 89 on-the-move catch-and-shoot shots, the 8th most that season, per Second Spectrum. This past year, he took just 8 of them. The same for relocation catch-and-shoot attempts. In 2016-17, he took 196 of them, the 3rd most in the league. This past season, he took 63 of them. It will be interesting to see playing around Devin Booker if this will be added back into his repertoire. I was looking to see how often Booker has dished out passes to players flying around off-ball screens and taking catch-and-shoot jumpers on the move. And what I found was that he did orchestrate a bit in this manner early in his career. Here are some clips that highlight that. I thought this was interesting. So in Beal's first 4 years in the league, never did he average more than 2.5 dribbles before shot attempts. The last 2 seasons, his average number of dribbles before shot attempts has been over 4, according to Second Spectrum. Something that's dropped the last couple years is his shooting foul frequency. 3 seasons ago, his percentage of shooting fouls drawn was 4.4%. However, 2 seasons ago, it was just 2%. And last year, it was 2.9%, according to Second Spectrum. As far as Beal's playmaking, this was a huge part of his game a few years ago when the Wizards didn't really have a true point guard running the show. In 2019-20 particularly, when John Wall was out for the season, and this was the year before they acquired Russell Westbrook from the Rockets, Beal handled point guard duties much of the time. That season, he was doing a lot of his work finding cutters attacking the basket. He averaged a career best 4.6 passes to teammates attacking the basket for shots. This past season, I felt like he made some really nice spray out passes to open shooters on the perimeter, as these clips highlight. Just on paper, it does feel like the trio of Durant, Booker, and Beal could be too much duplication and isolation scoring, but let's see how the Suns fill out the rest of their roster. They clearly are going to need a surplus of versatile and lengthy defenders, as well as more spot-up shooting and playmaking. The thing that's flown under the radar though about Beal is that he's always been extremely good in the playoffs when the Wizards were in it. Even as recent as 2021, when they lost in 5 games in the first round to Philadelphia, Beal averaged 30 points that series despite shooting just 21.9% from three-point range. He has averaged at least 20 points in each of his last 6 playoff series. In Game 7 of the 2017 Eastern Conference semifinals against Boston, he erupted for 38 points. Washington did lose that game, however. His career high in scoring in the regular season is 60 points, set on January 6, 2021 against the 76ers. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.